All right, good evening, YouTube out there. Happy Sunday. And we're back for another edition of the Monday Main Slate Breakdown. So we're going to get into this. All right, I don't know what's going on here with my app. All right, I think we're on live here. All right, sorry guys, looking at my phone, message popped up, but looks like we might be live, and we're going to continue onward, guys. Hopefully everyone's lineups are doing okay. Only one goal, it looks like, on the main slate. So we're hoping to see some goals action out there. But if not, it'll be, I guess, whoever has the guy with the most shots. Pause with me one moment here. It kicked me off my YouTube on my phone here, and I want to make sure I can see the chats. All right, looks like we're live. Okay, guys, I'm going to go right into this. We're going to look at the 9-game main slate breakdown. We're going to hop into the screen share and see what we can find. All right, guys, I built my sheet here to look at all 18 teams only. So first game on the slate, guys. To help you look, we have the Buffalo Sabres heading over to New Jersey to take on the New Jersey Devils. Buffalo is a 121 road favorite, over and under a 5.5 in this game here. First, we'll look at power plays here. You see Buffalo, 3 power play goals on 34 shots. Not a lot of scoring chances for out of the 18 teams that are here. 27 scoring chances. 8 high danger chances out of those 27 scoring chances with only 1 goal. So not a lot to be desired in the past 10 games for Buffalo's power play unit. Flip the script to New Jersey here. 3 power play goals on 44 shots with 37 scoring chances, and 17 of those being high danger, and only 2 goals there. So power plays a little bit. Really what I take from that in this game here is 44 shots for the Devils, at least getting some shots here. Even strength-wise, Buffalo not taking a lot of shots. Where are we at? Did I have the Devils? Yeah, Devils here, even worse, not taking a lot of shots. Just recall the Devils here did face a couple injuries, I believe, to Paul Mary. He sure was out a little bit. So really, that's what we're looking at. Defensively here, the Devils do well defensively here. Scoring chances against at the low end of the spectrum. Same with high danger chances against at 76. So defensively, the Devils do well. And when you look at that, giving up 30 goals against out of the certainly, they have lacked defensively, actually, now that I look at this slate. Buffalo's giving up 34 goals, which is the most, 33 by the Maple Leafs, and then we got 30 here with the Devils here. So when you look at that, a combined 64 goals in 10 games, even strength-wise for these, we could see some goals in this one, guys. Penalty kill, my highlight is to note that New Jersey's penalty kill, giving up 3 goals on 40 shots is a high point here, with Buffalo giving up 6 goals on 41 shots. So, certainly when it looks at penalty kill and stuff, perhaps the Devils' power play could be in play here. Looking at it as a whole, total-wise, we see 41 goals against. Devils giving up 35. Not a lot of goal production in this category, though. That's where the scary point is. Although they've been bad and giving up a lot of goals, neither team is scoring a lot. You see here an average of 1.8 goals for the Devils over 10 games, an average of 2 goals in 10 games for Buffalo. So let's flip the script real fast if we can look at these and see if there is scoring tomorrow. Where's it going to come from? And I still think it's going to be this Reinhart, Eichel, Skinner line. It's a line that Eichel was out for 2 games with the suspension. We know Reinhart had been down on this second line, but if I'm going anywhere, it's probably going to be this top line again. You hate to spend that cost for uncertainty, but really isn't that the name of DFS hockey, guys? Oh, Cole, who is it? At least hope it's my guy, Cole. I don't mind if you get the win, but I just want some goals for my guys. Flipping the script defensively, Dahlin's having a good year, and that's where I'd go to here. Since the All-Star break, I think Dahlin's been a little bit better than Rasmus Ristolainen. So I would go to Dahlin here on the defensive side of things. Power play, like I said, we haven't seen a great look here. We see Eichel with 2 power play points here in Dahlin here in 5 games. That could be your play here just to get that. Trevor. And when I play Trevor Van Riemsdyk, he gets nothing. So that's why we play the game. But going here, you just don't see goal or shots here, guys. I mean, if you wanted to go to Buffalo, yeah, they're giving up 354, but then they're facing a team that is taking only 270. And I do think that Buffalo is the superior team in all this. I think this is going to be a game where you can even just not even turn on the TV. But if you were to flip the script and play the Devils, I still think you got to go Hischier, Agostino, Palmieri, and keep it that. Like I said, there is a chance here for power plays. Seeing what the really, and it's just because Buffalo's penalty kill's been bad. No goals on the power play for these, but like I said, there were some injuries. It'd be that Hischier, Agostino, Palmieri. That's where I'm at. Severson potentially, but I'm going to probably fade Severson for tomorrow. So Agostino, Hischier, Palmieri are my primary plays tomorrow on that first line. Like I said, it's limited interest. And like I said, not enough shots here to be considered for me on a goalie on this one. Game 2, guys, we got I hate that stupid ad they got there. Game 2, we do have even strength-wise. We'll flip the script. Pittsburgh traveling to New York, take on the New York Rangers. Pittsburgh a 196 rated favor with an over/under 6. So we certainly got a Metro rivalry here. The Rangers giving up 295 shots, even strength. So a lot of shots on the even strength numbers. 24 goals against, and giving up 119 scoring or high danger chances here. So that's a good stat to look at here. Pittsburgh giving up 89 high danger chances. And like I said, this is even strength here. We flipped the script power play wise. Power play, did notice here, Pittsburgh 8 power play goals on 44 shots in the past 10 games. So still, still some power play action here for the Penguins. You flip to the Rangers. The Rangers, 2 power play goals on 34 shots. Not as prevalent, not as promising here. The flip it, Rangers 4 shot goals against on the shorthanded side on 49 shots. Giving up a lot of shots here though. Pittsburgh giving up 3 goals on 44 shots. So for me, I still fade. I still think the edge on special teams goes to Pittsburgh here. Looking at it, Pittsburgh 6-2-2 in their past 10. The Rangers 2-5-3. Rangers in a total, giving up 355 shots. Penguins taking 339. So if you do think that there's a chance that the Rangers come out with a win here, I do really think that whoever Rangers starting goalie is, we will look at that. I always forget the goalies here. Pittsburgh, certainly 28 goals against in 10 games is not that bad for the Rangers. 21 for the Penguins. Could be a 3-2 game, possibly. High danger chances for 135 for the Penguins, 103. So, like I said, I think it's going to come to that high danger chances, and if the Penguins can take advantage of those. So let's take a look on the Pittsburgh side. We do know they're still dealing with some nagging injuries. I believe Ole Mott is still out. Malkin's still out. Let's go, shall we, quick to the starting goalies here. We were talking about last game. It's Carter Hutton projected against Corey Schneider. That is 5 months ago, so we're going to have to actually tune in tomorrow to see who that goalie might be. Flipping the script here, we got Matt Murray 9 months ago projected against Henrik Lundqvist. I would think that's the matchup that's going to happen. So let's go to the Penguins here, guys. So like I said, you see Jared McCann with a 2-goal game the other night. Really good spinning move on the shorthanded side. So now you see Brian Rust back up there on the 4th line. They brought down McCann to that 3rd line, and it did get a nudge here with Kessel and Bluger, where McCann and Kessel really were the highlight of that show on the 3rd line here. They are on the road. Hornquist we talked about, or they talk about continuously here in Pittsburgh media. No goals there in, I think, 18 games now or something. So Hornquist has been left off. So it really stagnates here, this second line completely here. You just hope those guys don't give up goals, really, but I don't see the chance of scoring them. So Crosby, Gensel, I still think are all, these are the guys that are in play nightly. Looking at the stats, even though the Rangers aren't winning games, they're not giving up a lot. I see this more so as a fade game for me. But like I said, the one-offs, if you wanted to take Crosby as a one-off or Gensel as a one-off here, that might be the play. If you're looking for some sneaky plays, I don't think you're going to get one here. Bluger, had a couple highlights there on his own, but I think we're looking at a fade game here. And to be honest, Chris Letang as a one-off might be your best play here at 6,400 since he's been back. So there's where we're at. I said power play, decent here. But like you said, you look at 2 to 3 goals here. You see what it looks like Letang's on line 2. But I would still – Chris Letang's my play here. Matt Murray, yeah, he's in play. I still think that, when you see 21 goals against in past 10 games here, I think he is in play. Is he going to see a lot of shots? I think he'll see about 30. I will consider Matt Murray at 8K. I'm not thrilled about him, but I'll consider him. Flip the script to the Rangers here. Potential for 2 goals? Yeah, he's there. But you just wish that these guys were around the price tag of, the Vancouvers, maybe the Ottawa guys. 6,500 for Zibanejad. A little bit pricey for me. Especially against a Murray. Although inconsistent Murray is, the goals he gives up are really bad goals, if you ask me, but he can make some saves, and that's really what it comes down to. Tony DeAngelo here as a defenseman, probably my best play out of this Rangers team here. He's been very good since the All-Star break. You look at the power play here, no interest here in the power play. You see some points here. Zibanejad has 1.5 games, 2 points for Buchnevich, DeAngelo with 1. But for me, I'm fading most of this game. Lundqvist, 0-3 with a 3.05. But I think if he does see a lot of shots here, I think he is in play. And I will strongly consider Lundqvist at 7,100. Next game up on the slate, guys, we got Florida Panthers heading to Toronto to take on Toronto Maple Leafs, and certainly Florida looking to rebound after a shellacking by Boston the other night. Toronto's a 210 home favorite, over and under 6.5 here. So let's take a look here. Even strength, here's where I go to here. Even strength numbers here. We see Toronto giving up 33 even strength goals. Does that correlate to Florida? Florida has at least scored 25 goals even strength. So even strength-wise, for me, Florida is where I'm peaking at. 22 even strength goals against for Florida, about middle of the pack here. But the 33 by Toronto gives me a slight interest here for Florida on an even strength level. Power play numbers here, Toronto, 5 power play goals on 44 shot attempts. 11 power play goals on 47 attempts here. So a lot to be liking on the special teams end from both Florida and Toronto on the power play. When you look at this, Florida taking 42 minutes worth of penalties, Toronto at 39. So about 2 penalties a game, let's say, for about 4 minutes of power play time for each team. But you see Toronto, and the edge really goes to the Toronto's Penalty kills have been better. Florida giving up the edge. So certainly let's target a Toronto power play. Total-wise, guys, 37 goals against for Toronto. Florida giving up 31, scoring 36. So, and Toronto scoring 31. 4-4-2 for Toronto over the past 10. 5-4-1 for Florida. So let's take a look, shall we? And like I said, it really, for this, I'm aiming special teams. I think that both, if you can afford them, it could be an out-of-hand game. So Barkov here, this power play, this is the power play we've seen be deadly on several occasions. So Dadonov at 6K, I think he'll be a steal tomorrow. Huberdeau at 67, 74 for Barkov. You wish he'd shoot some more in case he doesn't score, but I played Hoffman the other night for like a 6-pointer. Oh man, Cole, hey man, Cole. At least the Chicago last I looked has been low scoring too, so you can't say I'm totally wrong. But let's look here. Like I said, first power play unit for Florida, very good. I don't want to totally fade these guys. Trocheck here, 4,700, still a good play. Ekblad's still a good play, and Vetrano is still a good play. I see a lot of good plays here, and I think you can split it whichever way you really want. If you wanted to go a Hoffman Trocheck here on the second line, you're getting power play correlation. Well, not correlation, but you are getting power play from Hoffman on that first line, Trocheck on that second line. I'm okay with that. Add in Vetrano. He's on that third line. I get it, but he does get some power play time on that second one also. So a lot of good plays here for the Florida team going up against a Toronto team that doesn't stop a lot lately. Ekblad and Yandel and Uyghur, these guys are in play. But really, if I want anyone on this team, I really want to look and make sure they're on this power play. That way I can get any chance at being involved in a scoring play. So Uyghur is going to be out for me. It's got to be Yandel or it's got to be Ekblad if I'm going defensively here. No goalies in this game for sure. We'll look and see who it is. Let me find them here. Where we at? I guess it's at the top. Okay, Roberto Luongo 9 months ago against Frederick Anderson, so we got to really wait on that one again. If it is Luongo, we can see he's 1-0 with a 2.0. If it's going to be Anderson is 1-1 with a 3.3 with a 0.868. So not very great numbers here. Like I said, Toronto certainly a lot to like here on this end. Mitch Marner, Tavares, I think you can go that way. I want as many of these guys, and I think if you could get Matthews and Tavares as 73 and 75, I think stacking them tomorrow would be a viable play, especially if you look and say, hey, I want to play Vetrano and Hoffman, or not Vetrano, Trocheck and Hoffman, and then try to pair Tavares and Matthews here, and then look for some depth plays on the other end of the slate. It could be an option, guys. I can't see this game staying under. Personally, they do have a lot they have played each other a lot. But for me, like I said, I gave the edge to Toronto's power play. So, Tavares there, Matthews there, Riley even, 6,600. It's a heavy price tag. But I think he is in line to get a good deal of points here. 4.5, 5 points for Riley tomorrow. Is it worth it? That's a call you got to make. And like I said, no goalie here. Let's move on, guys. Fourth game on the slate. We got Boston traveling to Tampa Bay. Take on Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay is a 139 home favor with an over-under 6.0. We can see here Boston 7-3 over the past 10. Tampa Bay 8-2 over the past 10. 43 goals for Tampa, 39 for Boston, and Tampa, both teams giving up 28. Defensively here, Boston only giving up 271 shots, Tampa giving up 316. 33 scoring chances, 31. High danger chances, 96. Not a lot of high danger chances for Boston, but 115 for Tampa. 22 goals on the high danger chance and 18 for Boston. Boston giving up a lot of high danger chances. Tampa a little bit less. Penalty kill wise, when I look, both these teams have a negative penalty kill here, I believe. So 6 goals on 49 shots for the penalty kill for Tampa. 6 goals on 36 shots for Boston. So, yeah, that's where we're at here. Power plays. Both have some pretty great power play numbers. 9 goals here for Tampa and 6 for Boston. So, but, you know, this is the type of game where you want to say there's going to be goals, but it could end up a 2-1 nail biter. I don't know. I tend to still remain with my philosophy of fade Boston on the road here, but they have been so red hot. But for me, like I said, I'm still power play driven here, and whatever special teams I like. I know there's cost associated with that, so you know you take a pleasure in the fact that it's Jake DeBrusk at 4,200 on that first power play line and 3,900 for McAvoy if he's in. But you do see the power 3 guys. It's Pasternak, Bergeron, and Marchand. These guys have played great together. Their correlation on the front line, they tend to be involved in one scoring play a night. A good opportunity here. The second line, although more affordable, and they could be in play, guys. You see Steve Compher here. He does have 1 power play goal here in the last 5 for 2,500, but you see Krejci here and Backus, not completely out, and they're affordable. Danton Heinen here, 4 points over the last 5 games at 3,200. Kind of a steal there as well. But this is where I'm at, guys. I think that this is another one where you might fade the goalies. But I do see if Tampa Bay gets – I think Tampa Bay wins a close one here. I don't know. I can see this being like the 2-1 late, 3-1 game, but I do want a piece of it somehow. Even if it's playing depth players here, I don't mind that, I don't think. Tyler Johnson here on home ice, 4,800. Braden Point, 64. Braden Point here at 64 is a nice deal. He did have 0 points the other day, believe it or not. So maybe his price dropping. You see the difference here, 77 to 64. Pretty big difference from FanDuel to oh, man. Svechnikov gets the win here, it looks like, for the Hurricanes. Braden Point, like I said, Kucherov here, Stamkos. You're going to see JT Miller at 3,300. These could be a play for a little bit cheaper, guys, if you do think it's going to be high scoring. They have it at a 6 on Vegas odds. Not sure. Hedman at 6,000 for 7 points of production. Another great play there. McDonough, 5,100 for 5 points here. I think I like McDonough a little bit more. And he does get some second power play. And I thought he did. Thought he did get power play time on the second, but he doesn't. So, Stamkos at 67. It's as cheap as you're going to be. There's a huge price difference. I do like Stamkos here. I do like pairing him with Kucherov. It's hard to think that these guys go scoreless in a night, similar to the way we just talked about Boston, but certainly way more affordable on the Tampa side here, guys. It could be sneaky to play Tampa at home. Certainly good look. But like I said, if I do play Tampa, it's still going back to this power play here. So given the prices that I see here, I can see myself looking at Stamkos, Point, and Kucherov. Or if I leave out Point, I would be certainly happy to take Hedman. Next game on the slate, guys, we got the Vegas Golden Knights traveling St. Louis. St. Louis Blues are a 125 home favorite with an over-under 5.5 here. Let's go. Even strength here. Even strength. St. Louis giving up 20 even strength goals over the past 10. We do have Vegas giving up 15 over the past 10. St. Louis not giving up as many shots. Is there anything red to take out? So defensively and even offensively, Vegas looks pretty solid here. I don't see anything glaring out, even strength-wise. Here we can see on the power play, St. Louis has given up high danger chances here. So a lot of shorthanded chances here that they probably shouldn't be giving up, but that is the case. Golden Knights still looking all right here on the power play side. Penalty kill side. What are we looking at here? So yeah, we're looking at Vegas does shoot a lot on shorthanded here, so we could see a shorthanded goal, guys. St. Louis doesn't shoot shorthanded, but they certainly are a good penalty kill team here. Totals wise, Vegas shooting a lot. St. Louis not shooting as much, but not giving up as many shots. Still, both teams scoring a decent amount. So let's go over here. For me, I think it's going to be, maybe getting back to that Tarasenko line, but we shall see. So Vegas here, we've seen the scoring here. Production-wise, it's been good. Marchessault at 59, and Carlson. These are good guys to plug in and affordable as a secondary stack, guys. If you go, for me here on the road here, you're almost apt to maybe look and see what 2 can do. Mark Stone and Stastny line here. But that first line is even very good here. So for me, I'm looking more so. I'm going to fade due to the penalty kills strong for both teams defensively here. I can see myself fading a lot of these. But if there is a nice secondary stack line here, I'm probably looking at Riley Smith at 57 and Marchessault or even Mark Stone here. Stone's quite expensive here. Stone, you'd have to leave out a defenseman that's higher cost if you wanted to play him. But for me, I say why not just do Riley Smith, Marchessault, both 57, 59. And you get 15 shots, so that's what, 3 shots a game. So 1.5 in shots, not bad. Cheaper wise, guys, if you're looking for guys, when you look at production, Eakin here, 3,800, 3 goals in the past 5 games. Reeves has gotten some production, but I wouldn't go there. Stastny at 4,500 for 4 points is another good bargain here. Certainly, DraftKings giving you the cheaper end of the deal as well. St. Louis, not a ton here. Their second line has certainly been, more potent here with Perron, Jaden Schwartz, Sundqvist here. They do get final change, but this first line certainly hasn't clicked a ton. Makes you think maybe that's that time tomorrow, and I wouldn't mind looking that way. And I would probably stay status quo with an O'Reilly Tarasenko if I'm playing St. Louis tomorrow. I know it feels good to think like 5,300, David Perron, 6 points, but I'm going to fade him and Schwartz here. So for me, I'd go that first line again on home ice. Vince Dunn, 3,900, getting power play time, another good option to go with. One moment, folks. So let's go on here, guys. The next game, we got Dallas heading into Winnipeg to take on the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg's a 153 home favorite. And over under a 5.5. 1 second, guys. Moment here. Sorry, guys, for the delay. Looking at something. All right. So let's look at this game here. Yeah, Winnipeg. We've seen Kyle Connor the other night with a hat trick. Let's talk about last game. Go back to that last game before I go on here. We didn't. As always, I don't look at goalies when I don't really think. We got Tuukka Rask there confirmed against Vasilevsky. That was 3 days ago. We got Fleury and Allen projected here for the Vegas and the Blues. That's going to be. I think they're going to think it's going to be a slow scoring, but I can see that one being on the over end. When you look at this game, we are projecting Ben Bishop and confirmed for Connor Hellebuyck. Hellebuyck coming off that shutout. So, when you look at this game, first thing strikes out to me under, low scoring game. But like you said, Winnipeg made mincemeat out of a very good defensive Nashville team with a 5-0 win on home ice. So, when you look at this second line, I think that's where you're going to target. I think you're still going to go with Kyle Connor. I think you're still going to go Kevin Hayes and Lau. They put Line A back on that second line. I say you stay pat with Line A. So, Cole, we were talking about Line A getting on the board the other night. I think you keep with them. I think you keep with them for tomorrow night on home ice here. Now that they put him with Hayes and Connor, I think that's a better play. So, keep Line A in guard as well. Cheaper options, guys. If you're stacking the other games and you need some savings somewhere, Little here, even though he's had no production in 5 games, okay, he's still a guy that can score. You look at Matthew Perrault, look at Andrew Kopp, these two guys as well, depth guys that have the potential to light the lamp. Now I understand they're not shooting a lot, but look at their accuracy. Both these guys have 1 goal and 5 shots. So it could be. Those are my guys for savings that can at least maybe get you something in those GPP tournaments. Defensively here, I think I'm fading off. Let's go over here, though. Power play. Let's see. I do have Winnipeg on the plus side for the power play. 8 goals in 41 shots, 53 scoring chances, 23 high danger shots. So look at this. Winnipeg leads the charge in high danger chances in the slate tomorrow. 7 high danger goals. Wow, does their power play look like it's going to score? Now, I know Dallas has a good penalty kill, and I know that Winnipeg with another good penalty kill. So special teams, I give the win to Winnipeg tomorrow. Dallas, you see here, 2 power play goals on 46 shots. No for me. Dallas has given up 3 goals on 30 shots, but for me, Winnipeg gets the edge. And like I said, for me, it's that line too. Kevin Hayes there. Kyle Connor there on the first power play unit. I think you can stack the second line, keep with them, and you will be okay. When you look, Dallas stars here, Sagan takes the most shots in the league. Sagan, Radulov would be your plays again. I don't think you can really play many other guys on this team. But they are at 6,900. But the good thing about these 6,900 guys is if they do not hit, at least they've taken 5 and 6 shots. They're kind of like the McDavid that they'll at least take that in shots. Ovechkin had 10 shots the other night. Klingberg here, I think he's warranted enough production the past 5 games to give him a shot at 5,700. Because when you look, 4 points, only 1 of those are on the power play. So 3 even strength points over the past 5 games. Not too, I don't want to get too into this game. I see this going on the underside again. I can see it being highly defensive. But I do see that Winnipeg line 2 getting a chance for 2 goals involved. And that's my play there. Nashville, next game. Nashville heading to Minnesota. Minnesota Wild. Nashville on the road with a 125 road favorite, over under a 5.5 here. We can see a lot. It's not the Nashville team we wanted here. Like 285. They got 285 Even strength shots for, 254 against. Minnesota, let's just go across here. Where are the weaknesses is really what I'm looking at, or solid greens. So Minnesota, not a lot of goals there scored by Minnesota, not a lot of scoring chances here. They do not allow a lot of high danger chances, which is a nice thing. Only 8 high danger goals. And their save percentage on their goalie for giving up high danger chances is not very good there. Flip script to Nashville. Nashville, when you're looking across, nothing really lies out there, even strength-wise. Power play. I got power play at Minnesota, giving the edge to Minnesota here. 6 goals for 44 shots. Looking good there. 4 power play goals only on 28 shots. Penalty kill, both have solid penalty kills. Minnesota here giving up 3. Nashville giving up 3. Totals-wise, let's see. Can we have shots? And whatnot. For me, last game, let's go back to last game. And once again, guys, it's the goalie thing. Hellebuck's in play for me. I do think Winnipeg gets a win in a close one. Let's go here, though. Nashville, only 320 shots for, 306 for Minnesota. So hovering about the 30-goal mark. Where do you think it's going to be? For me, this is a game that I think is actually going to be a little higher scoring, a 4-3 type game. I know the stats probably aren't showing that, but that's my prediction. Minnesota still needs a win. So, like I said, I'm playing Minnesota. I like their power play more, so I'm probably going to go down, and I'm going to look at an Eric Staal 4,600. I like that. A Fiala at 31. These are great prices for a secondary stack. Spurgeon here at 49. And even Suter at 48. Look at this whole first power play, and I think that's where your play is going to be for Minnesota. And certainly Ryan Donato, 6 points in 5 games at 4,200, is in play as well. Should you, let's say, where's Donato at here? He's on the 3rd line here. Yeah, Donato would be a loner if you wanted to play a one-off. No Dubnyk for me. And let's check, see if it is Dubnyk. I think we did see, 9 months ago, Dubnyk running. We're going to have to look tomorrow. Nashville here, it's hard. Arvidsson at 6,200 is your safest play. I still like the Arvidsson Forsberg, and that's what I normally play if I do play this team. You're not seeing a lot. The best play might be the Sissons Craig Smith line here. But Nashville, I'm going to say fade completely, even though it's going to be a 4-3. I just don't know where their scoring would come from. I would recommend, I guess, a one-off of Victor Arvidsson, because if they do score 3 goals, he's going to be involved. Rene, possibility, guys. I still don't know who's going to win this game. I do think it's 1 goal difference. Just not sure in which way. 1 second here, folks. All right, folks, I'm back. Looked at something quick. All right, next to the last game on the slate, guys, we got the Los Angeles Kings heading to Calgary. Calgary Flames are a 286 home favorite with an over-under 6.0. Certainly, those that follow the hockey know that Calgary is going to be favored in all aspects here. 330, 340. What can we find? Even the Calgary's let up a lot less goals here lately. So for me, I am doing a full fade of the Kings. Full fade. And let's check the Calgary line, shall we? When you look here, another thing you want to look at too when you're looking at these here, you see 2 goals for the power play for the Calgary Flames. So where are their goals coming from? Even strength, guys. 31 even strength goals. So what you really want to do is pinpoint when you want Let's, let me take a moment to do this. Let's go left wing lock. We're going to look at skaters. We're going to look at line production. And what I want to do, I'm going to go to the 10 games. And this is just forwards, guys. I'm not looking at defense. And I'm going to type in the LA Kings. I think it's LOS here. I'm going to look at who's given up the most goals against and see here. You got Brown, Kopitar, I follow Brown, Kopitar, Toffoli. It's that first line that's given up a lot of goals. Looks like 7 basically here in the first 2. So what line is going to stack up against that first line? Calgary's a home team. And you really have to think it's a night for Johnny Hockey. It's a night for Elias Lindholm. It's a night for Monahan tomorrow. So there's where your plays are. I'm going to go with it. And that's what we're going with. So let's keep going, shall we? And I do have interest here. And a Kings team that can score here. Defensively here, Giordano certainly in play. And we're going down the defense. And they're the goalies here. Is it Rittich or is it going to be Smith? Let's check starting goalies quick. David Rittich projected as of 2 months ago. If it is him, I'm okay to play him 2-0 with a 1.58. He's expensive. He's probably chalk, but I'm taking a stab on him in a cash game. Is he going to give up? Let's check the totals here. Calgary's not giving up as many shots. Kings not taking many shots. No. In a GPP, I don't think we're looking at. I don't think we're looking at the goalie there. So we're down to the last game of the slate. It's the Detroit Red Wings taking on the San Jose Sharks. San Jose is the home team, and they are a 385 home favorite. Wow. Then it's six over and under here. And the thing that's shocking about that, San Jose is 5-4-1 in the past 10. Detroit 4-5-1. Detroit's not taking shots. San Jose is not giving up that many. You look here, and it's, wow, is it a lot of red for Detroit? At first, I was thinking that this could be an upset special, but I don't see it. So, yeah, I'm seeing 29 goals here on San Jose, even strength, only getting – yeah, I'd say use your next method, guys, here. So let's go back to the last method I just showed you. It's Vanek, Nielsen, Zadina giving up 5. Let's go take a look at where they are at. I am not sure where I think they have them. Say that's third line, but it could be the second. So Vanek and Zadina here. You have Vanek's here on this third line. Did they bump Zadina? Or did he get hurt? Holy injuries. Wow, they got – no wonder New Jersey's not good. He's not even on an injury here. Where's Zadina at? Well, he didn't skate. Yeah, we know that much. So I don't know if they're healthy scratching them, but we do know it was Vanek. We do know it was Nielsen. So that third line here is giving up the most. And you know what third line scoring a lot? It's San Jose's. Well, looks like they moved him to the second line now, actually. But hey, if that's the case, Vander Kane tomorrow at 6K. With Radil and Donskoy, that's the third line they're going to do. I'm okay to play that. I'm okay to play that, guys. Look for the even strength matchups, and I think it will be that play. So I at least like taking Kane, and I at least like a play on Donskoy. I'm okay to the fade rattle, but these two guys, I really want my lineup here. And certainly, Detroit's just not scoring enough. They're just not shooting enough to even make a play on a goalie. So let's take a quick look. We'll do a quick create a lineup here. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk through one. We'll talk through one here, at least one. Where am I at here time-wise? 45 minutes. That's good. 45 minutes, guys. I got 3 live viewers. I don't know who they are, but hey, I'm pretty happy. Three live ones out there. When I looked, we just broke down 9 games. When I look at this, I still think the Florida-Toronto is going to be high scoring here. I think Winnipeg wins in a close one here. My plays that I've liked through talking about them here have been the Florida-Toronto game. I can't get over that one. I still like Winnipeg's line 2. Calgary, I do like that Calgary line 1 against LA. And San Jose, like I said, I like that a little bit of line 3 there. So I'm going to, me and Cole, usually I do one and then Cole helps me on the next one here. That's the way we've been playing. I think we even do a friendly competition internally to kind of say whose line did better, but ultimately we all want everyone to win. So for me, I'm going to that Calgary line here. I'm going to take the Monahan and Gaudreau, Lindholm. You know what? I'll fade Monahan. I'll take Gaudreau and Lindholm here. And I'll go to that second line. I like Hayes, and I'm going to do the second line a little bit more pricey. And I'll do Connor and Line. So we're there. A lot of money left. Now that I like those 2 stacks, let me get a goalie build here. Let's check our goalies, what we want. Let's see where Dubnyk's at here. Yeah, I think Dubnyk might be in play. Let's run a Dubnyk here. And we're left with 44.33. We got a center D and 2D left. A lot of money to play with. Defenseman here, I really want like a little bit of a scoring defenseman around that 6K mark. We saw Hedman there. You know what? Let's see if I can fit Hedman. It's not going to work there. 4,400. Well, let's check our centers here. Let's keep our center around 52. Carlson there. I like that Carlson. Okay, I was saying about Trocheck. Let's run a Trocheck here. And defenseman, I think we can fit potentially. See where. Let me just click them. Florida. Ekblad's at 5K. I can work with the 5K Ekblad. Now we're left with 3,600. And really, it's about where's the goalie going to come. I don't want Weegar. We were talking about that. I'm just going to kind of go down. And if I do get a little extra money, I can swap later on. But really, the guys down here a little bit. Wonder if I want to just sort by the fantasy points per game and see what option becomes the most affordable. Gilmore probably just hasn't played a lot of games, but yeah, that just doesn't work. But we can see some guys that are a little more, this Brady Skate, or Skate, however you want to call it, doing well in the past 10 pretty much. Let's check his splits. He's at home. Yeah, let's plug in Brady Skate. And even up zeros, guys, with a lot of firepower, I'd like to think there. So there's a play. Let's check. We got a save lineup here, and this is where I asked Cole to start up. Give me his get us up to date on where he's going, and take it away, Cole. We're gonna build another one. Let's see if Cole's heading the same way. All right. Yeah. Hey, another good play. I'm. You notice that I'm staying away from that Hellebuck. I mean, I know he got the shutout against Dallas, but I think this is going to be a little bit of scoring. Yeah, I think this is going to be a scoring game, Cole. I mean, I took the Winnipeg side, you've seen, but just because Winnipeg's home. Oh, I like both of them, too, because they get a lot of shots. And we see here we're starting off with fair priced, at least there's no 7Ks here, but we got a lot of space. All right, Zibanejad. Yeah, I mean, if I was playing super high on the Rangers, I mean, he'd be a play. So Zibanejad here versus Pitt this year. This is where you're going to look. Here's the splits. He has a goal and an assist in 2 games against Pittsburgh here, guys. And here's what we're really looking at. 7 shots in 2 games here, an average of 4.8. So, and Cole wants me to do this, and here I will. We're looking at the splits. Here's Winnipeg, guys. 3 games, 7 points, 16 shots, averages of 8.8 versus Winnipeg here. Big numbers there for Sagan. Radulov will do the same, and then we'll plug in Nemestikov for you. There you go, 5 points in 3 games with an average of 5.7 for Radulov. So we're going to go and we're going to add in Nemestikov. I think he's around the 4s, if I recall right. I passed him up, I'm sure. Here we go. Nemestikov, 33. I didn't pass him up. So Nemestikov here, 3,300. Check his splits. Yeah, not as impressive, but he gets us a little bit of wiggle room. Now we're still at 5,280. We're still looking good. A lot of good plays left with that cash. And a lot of good games here. I think tomorrow's slate's going to be really, really good slate. I think this Buffalo Jersey game is going to be boring hockey, like you said. But that Buffalo line won. Yeah, really. While Cole's there thinking, if this is true, Sherry's on line 1. That's not true, left wing. We know that Skinner's probably still line 1 in this Nylander here, but all right, we are looking at Dubnyk. At least oh my God, me and Cole agree on something there. All right, let's get Dubnyk in there and lock and load Dubnyk tomorrow. If anything can be said, lock and load Dubnyk. We're going down here. Severson, a very good play, guys. And then we're going to show you this last 10 for Severson here. I think he was around 42. But let's find him here. Severson here. 4,200. Damon Severson. When we're looking at Severson, it's these, he hasn't had a good past 3 games. But on the road here, 3.5 there, 1.7 there. a 7-pointer. And the splits, he has an assist in 2 games against Buffalo, 7 shots on goal. The block shot, he's averaging 3 points against Buffalo. We are going to add Palmieri, 5,800. Palmieri is back. We'll look at the splits again. 3 points in 2 games with a 5.3. Palmieri locked and loaded. Guys, we got 2 spots left with 4,550. That's a nice place to be in, really, if you ask me. It gives you options. If you want a 2,600, your defenseman, you're going to leave yourself at about 6,400 for your winger, and it's going to be a good spot. If you want to batten it, 4K, you're still left with 5,100. Battening, Battening's a good offensive machine. Gets power play time. And we are left with one more spot, 5,100. If you want to look at all games here and look at our utility, 5,100 at the high level, Vetrano, Heischer, Coleman, McDonough there, Ekblad, Brown. You keep going down. You got a lot of good plays here. Mantha had a good night the other night. San Jose struggled defensively. Maybe a look here. Looks like only 1 game against San Jose with an assist, but he got 2.5. Maybe Mantha looks all right, but looks like we're gonna put in Coleman here. Boom. I don't think Cole's gonna watch this game, but you have it there, folks. Using every bit of money we have, and look at this. The cheapest guy we have is a 3,300, with the most expensive being 6,900 from a skater perspective. So a lot of good plays here, and you got more of a equal price tag across your lineup, that you don't have to get those guys that are 24, 2,500 that you just cross your fingers and hope something happens. But really comes down to it, guys. This is what I got. We did a good. Timing's great. And, Cole, I couldn't agree more. I'm looking, and I'm a little discouraged at the Devils' spot lately. But when you factor in all the injuries that they've had with Heischer being out, Palmieri being out, Coleman's been hit or miss, I think they're utilizing Agostino a little bit to say, hey, he's running good. So I think that's going to be an all right spot, too. I don't want to ignore Buffalo's end completely, but Buffalo's pricey. I would like to get on board with Buffalo. The thing is, with Buffalo, I do think it's going to be those pricey guys that are scoring for them. So, and I just don't want to pay up for that. I'd rather be, if I thought Buffalo's third line had a chance, maybe I'd throw that in for a cheap play and stack your pricey guys. And, we built 2 lines here, and I understand we didn't use a Toronto. I understand we didn't use a Boston and a Tampa Bay, but those guys are plays that you all know about, and I'm sure they're going to be high owned. I think Boston, Tampa Bay will cause a little more hesitation. Toronto's going to be owned. Toronto will be owned, and Calgary will be stacked heavy as well. In San Jose, I think a lot of people will stack heavy. But hey, that's the slate, guys. Thanks for the 3 people watching out there. Maybe I'm one myself and I watch. So, yeah, exactly, Cole. I mean, we will. These are just sample builds. And no joke, these are sample builds that we think will win. We cross our, we don't build them out there to lie to you, but I think that's a good place to start. And I don't like chalk as much. Toronto's the only one I really want some exposure to. That was my line 1 here. I will probably play a couple different looks here. I'll probably do 2 lineups. I've recently started getting into 2 lines, and that's it. So 2 lines, and then play in multiple contests across there and pick what I think is going to score the most, really, for the heavier price tag ones. But yeah, I could see myself starting the next line with maybe Tavares and Matthews, and then hope for that third line kind of play. Like I said, San Jose, maybe look at that line 3 if I could, and probably just low price tag my D and hope that those forwards hit and be okay with a 1.5 for both defensemen, guys. So that's my play. That's my looks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. I will do the housekeeping stuff now. With this is JS Minor 87 coming at you live on the DFS Quarry channel. DFS Quarry channel at DFS Quarry on Twitter. We try to do, usually it's me and my brother, but those that are new, but it's been me lately until my brother gets his kitchen worked out. And it's fair. I took a couple weeks vacation and stuff that he done the show by himself. We're going to do Sunday, Monday, try to do Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. And then we kind of take Friday, Saturday off. If I'm doing nothing, then I'll hop on. But there are a couple slates the way the NHL schedule's worked out that it's just not pointless. It's not very good for us to do a show. But we will get you Sunday advice, Monday advice, Wednesday advice most times, and occasionally a Thursday advice is pretty consistent as well. So guys, hopefully like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell as well to get you updates. I will say the one consistent thing, 9:30 start time. So we will be at you 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is pretty consistent. So from Pittsburgh, signing off is the DFS Quarry channel. Have a good night.